Happy Monday. Talking of goals today and then on how to stay motivated and inspired while you are on the journey to achieve your goals in your life. How do you do that? What I have learned on my journey of studying and reading about successful people is when you set up your goals and you want to achieve them, start your journey to achieve them, and the rejections and adversities, failures, they keep popping up onto the journey. And we get disheartened and frustrated with the results that come up for us. It affects the speed with which you had planned to achieve the goals in the first place. They get delayed, they get dead in many of the cases. In many of the cases, the worst case is you just give up on them and you just say to yourself, hell with it, and I will start with whatever comes up. You just give up on your big, audacious, those dreams which you have for yourself. My study of the successful people for over a decade now sees that there are few factors which play an important role in this goal achievement. So let's talk about them. Number one, to reach to the level of your goals and achieve them, you should be in a state of positive mindedness, in a state of positive mind always. You should be in a state of positivity. Once you have that atmosphere of positivity around you, the first thing which plays an important role is the tracking of the time you have planned to achieve those big audacious goals for yourself. Let's say, as an example, you have a goal and you have planned it that in next 2 years I want to do this. I want to achieve this. I want to be this. I want to study this. Whatever is your big goal for you. It can vary for each of us. And you set up a plan for the time and you think of the execution for that plan. So when you are on execution of that, there has to be a plan. That's very important in terms of time. It has to be in a matrix. The daily execution will be, you might have an Excel sheet for it, a timer, a planner, a journal, maybe a simple diary where you are just recording your achievements as you move forward, where you will be journaling what you will do. Very important. You should be able to measure the timeline to reach up to those 2 years. So, the tracking of your time is an important resource, which is very important to keep you motivated. Once you are on to the tracking of that time, you will feel that keeps you in the state of motivation. As you are moving forward and killing your those timelines, goals which on the daily basis, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, whatever it is, which you have set up for you. That will give you the boosting enhancement towards your big 2 year goals. The second thing, which is very important, is it's always good to know what you have to do. Strategize, but the more important is to be able to know and decide what you do not have to do. Distractions will come up. So, and if you are like all the successful people whom I've observed and learned from, they are able to say no to few things to get the bigger yes in life. Very important and very, very thoughtful point to be always kept in mind. You might have a temporary thing which might feel very attractive to you, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't align if it doesn't align to your big goal. You should be in a position to say no to the temporary distractions, attractions which has just popped up on the way towards your big audacious goal. So that is number 2, not to get distracted. Number 3, while we are on the path towards achieving our goals, the big ones, you will see that the devil of procrastination will come up. It's human, it comes up with everybody. We all have the procrastination factor. We have to be in a position to understand the nature of the procrastination, what causes the procrastination in us, and why we are delaying that task for us. Let's say you have a party of at you say you have a party, yeah, and at friend's place you're there, and somebody's birthday has come up and you have not been able to plan it, and you just say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, or you just do not feel like doing the thing, and as per your list, and you have to be there in the birthday party of your friend to enjoy, which you have to do towards achievement of your goal, and those big things you are keeping it aside. So the procrastination is the biggest enemy of the progress. And it is your time thief, I would say. It's the thing which steals your basic timelines towards your goals. It takes your time and you get distracted. So, what are the triggers that lead you to procrastination? You should be in a position to understand that what are the triggers and then try to be able to tackle with those triggers. You might need somebody, maybe your spouse, your friend, your family member with whom you could do the accountability for that purposes. This is a trigger and you are not doing that. You are trying to manage the trigger, which is a pitfall. Number 4, there are some set of game changers which are needed for you to give that big leap towards your goal. These are called the pivotal moments, I would say. These are the pillars, pivotal pillars for you on your journey towards success, towards your achieving goals. And these are the big decisions while you are on the journey to achieve your goals. These are the big decisions which you have to execute in your life. You should be in a position to know that this is the big thing I will do so that I can get the results towards my major goal. This is very, very important to be able to understand and know those big pivotal pillars in your journey. Then the next important thing is the focus, is the concentration. You have to really get real about the focus part and to deal with the distractions. There will be distractions all the time, as we have spoken earlier. They will keep coming, and your focus has to be there. Today, we have distractions all the time in this digital era we are living in, everywhere. Social media, mails, notifications constantly coming up, and they always disturb you in cultivating that focus, that vital concentration focus what you have towards your goals. So there has to be a discipline, and that's the big word around it. It's like if you have that particular goal set up for you and you have to allocate blocks of time for them, no matter how long they are and how short they are. Those blocks of time which you have set up for achieving your goals, they have to be without any distraction whatsoever. And so that's very important factor. Once you are without distraction and you have removed the hindrances, all the distractions from your mindset, you get into a state of flow. That's the base of any achievement. The state of flow is one of the most important thing after positivity, which is vital, very vital. I must underline that for you to move forward to reach your goals. Number six, another important factor for getting towards achievement of your goals is to be in a position to preempt the things that stand in your way. There will always be something which will be standing in your way, blocking your growth journey. There will always be certain barriers, mental contrast, things. You have to be in a position to do that, and you know that this is the thing which can hinder you from achieving your goals. Visualize that in advance so when that happens, it will not be a surprise for you and you'll be fully prepared for that. So, another important thing. Number seven, be in a position to say no confidently. It can be sometimes uncomfortable. It is a skill that has to be mastered to stay focused on your goals. Very important. You have to be, and it gives you the priorities which you need at that point of time once you have the goals in your vision. You have to say no for your bigger yes. That's the thumb rule. Number eight, the next factor which I have learned and seen through my experiences, what in general everybody faces, and it's called the planning fallacy. The planning fallacy. You underestimate the time and the resources while planning required to complete a task. You say, I can do that. In that anxiety, in that the influence of adrenaline, whatever it is, and this I'll accomplish in 1 year. But there is a planning fallacy in achieving those goals. You can get caught up in the excitement and in the optimism. That's fine. I appreciate that. I understand that. Optimism is good, but be mindful of the pitfalls also that can come up while you are planning. The hidden pitfalls, I would say. You call it the planning fallacy. So be aware of that. And how do you do that? How do you plan your planning fallacy in advance? Foresee that you have a plan. You add some buffer time to your estimates. Be realistic about them. That's one of the things how you work and keep an account of the planning fallacy. Be realistic about the challenges that may arise while you are onto the journey towards achieving your big audacious goals. Embrace flexibility, adaptability in your plans, and remember unexpected circumstances are a part of the journey. They will always be coming up. They can come up, so don't say that, oh, this was not expected. You have to keep that in advance into your account. It's always better to overestimate and exceed expectations than to underestimate and fall short. So be aware of the planning fallacy. It happens all the time, and it's one of the human things we have in our in nature when we plan our goals. So you have the goals now, and you have the path what you have to take for it, and you have the timeline set up for achieving your big goals. You are in a state of positivity, and you are in a state of flow, trying to, and you have worked on your triggers for the procrastination. You have overlooked planning fallacy as we just discussed. So everything has been taken care of. And let's say your goal is to be the leading multi-millionaire entrepreneur of world fame. Let's take an example. The goal is huge, and if you are getting rejections, this might become overwhelming for you. It's time to take the game changer actions into cut them up into micro actions. You break them up. Your large goals can sometimes be overwhelming, and this overwhelming gives you procrastination to not to do the thing, or you'll do it later. To combat this, to resolve this problem, what you can do is to break down the actions into smaller, manageable actions as you go along the path towards your goal of becoming a multi millionaire entrepreneur. If your goal is to become the president of the country, you want to become next Elon Musk, the next Ratan Tata, the next Richard Branson, whatever is your goal, you have fixed up that goal for you. You want to be the next big social entrepreneur who wants to open chain of colleges for the future generation, hospitals, charities. They could be any of your goals, yeah, but they have to be manageable. They have to be controllable, within the reach, in small micro steps to be taken care of. The moment you have them broken into micro achievable targets, I would say, leading you towards the bigger goal, your victories, your conquests, they become imminent. You feel the victories as they come across, and that boosts your overall energy level and removing the frustrations from you and removing the procrastination from you. And that boost will take you further up and up and up, and it keeps you in that state of flow all the time. So, very important now, once you have all these pillars worked out, what you need is surround yourself with the great support squad, I will say. You should be having to achieve the goals. It's very, very vital. It's never a solo journey. You have to surround yourself with the like minded people, who the like-minded individuals who will share your vision, who will support you, and who will take care of the same vision as you have. Look for the mentors in your industry, what you are looking for. Go for the mentorship, learn from them. It could be the accountability partners, it could be a supportive friend who will uplift you, inspire you. It could be a family member, but it has to be a squad which will take you forward towards your big, audacious goals. Very important. The path to achieving goals is challenging, and you need a lot of determination for it and a supportive community around you. So keep that in mind. And if you have that around you, it will keep you always motivated to achieve your goals, and you will stay always inspired. Stay motivated.